Here's the opening range recap for Tuesday, November 30th. I was unable to be in the office during trading time today. However, some interesting stuff which I want to cover here. So this is the Dow. Dow had an opening range of 168 points, which is the largest opening range it's had in a long time, but we're just going to talk about the last, say, 10 days or so. So it's by far the largest opening range in that time, over the last 10 days or so. But anyways, it had a trade here, which was a win for both 25 and 50. This trade here, and this happened just before 11. Markets kind of went crazy after quarter after 10, 10:30 or so, and which I'll show you in the other ones as well. But anyways, this one happened as well, but that was after 12 o'clock. Next, the ES. ES also had a very large opening range, 14.25 points, which is the second largest opening range it's had over the last 10 days or so. Its largest was 14.75 points, so very close to its highest. And you can see here, again, the market, this is a 1-minute chart, and, last, 15 minutes from 10:45 to a little after 11, it fell from 46.29, so fell, 50 points or so, 50 S&P points in 17 minutes or something like that. So obviously very active. Whether you want to trade during that time is up to you. This was a big opening range. But anyway, trade number one lost for both. So this would be your first most safe trade just before 11 o'clock, which was a win on the 25 as well, win on the 50 as well. So you got both of those, but the most safe trade was just on the 25, which was worth 3.5 points, I think it was. So that you had that. So that was a most safe trade. Now the NQ is the interesting one. This one it's really fascinating in the sense that it had some trades to the upside. The gold line here is today's opening range. First trade here is just before 10. Loss on both, so you'd have a most safe trade here on the 25%, which won, worth 10.5 on NASDAQ points. When I have profits, I usually stop trading. I don't continue. But if you did, also the opening range for the NASDAQ today was very small. It was only 42 points. That is the lowest opening range it's had over the last 10 days. So even though the NASDAQ is a 3-minute opening range and the Dow and the S&P are 5-minute opening ranges, the Dow and the S&P had its largest opening range or its second largest opening range over this short period of time. The NASDAQ, on the other hand, had its smallest. So something is up, obviously, with that. So you want to be careful on that, because if you're dealing with the NASDAQ, as you can see on this chart, things can happen really quickly. So the opening range was 42 points. This particular bar right here is basically 404 to 323. So that's a 3-minute opening range, or excuse me, 3-minute bar, which was worth, 70 points. So almost double your opening range from about 1039 to 1040, or excuse me, 1036 to 1039. And you can see, obviously, it fell pretty hard from, we'll call it some 1036, was 402 and change all the way down to 120. So what is that, 280 points or so in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Not the kind of trading that you're going to want to be part of, but the numbers are the numbers, and we're going to lay it out as it's laid out. So anyway, trade number 3. Here's trade number 3. Trade number 3 was a loss for both. This happened about 10 minutes before my normal 11 a.m. stopping point. And again, remember we have 10.5 points here. But anyways, if you want to trade here, you could have done that. It would have been a loss for your 25, which would have been a most safe trade. The fifth trade, you would triple up and you would have a win there for the most safe trade, 25%. So you break even on that particular sequence. Trade number 6, we're talking about the 25 now, just before 11 o'clock. And if you so desired, this happened at 11:01 or 11:02, which is past the stopping point. If you took it, I wouldn't recommend that, but if you took it as a new entry after 11, it did win. So, but anyway, for the 25%, I'm only counting this one up here. And then this sequence here, which was a break even overall. This 7th trade is actually after 11 a.m. Okay, so that is for the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was plus 10.5 points on the day for the 25%. Now, going to the 50%, again, massive move down, small opening range. In comparison, first trade, or trade number 3 here is a loss, trade number 4 here is a loss. So this would be your first most safe trade for the 50%. It ended up hitting the 25%, which in this case is 10.5 points. And actually, I think it did a little better than that. So this is it on the 1 minute charts. But anyways, it hit it within the first minute, hit your 25% win. I am personally not going to let a 50% come back and smack me, but based on the actual rules, etc., it was a loss. So you would enter a second position here on trade number 6. Again, these are 1 minute, and this is a bar of about 30 points in a minute. So markets are moving very fast. We're only looking for 10 or 21 points. So got to be quick about it. You got to make your decisions on how you want to do it. But if it hits that first minute on the 25, I'm not going to risk an entire move down, especially on a market like this, doing that. So, but do what you want to do. But anyway, so officially this would, trade number 6 would be a second entry for you on the 50. It lost. So this seventh trade here, which is, you know, 1, 2 here and then 5 down. That would be an additional sequence of trades. Again, this happened really quickly. So if you placed your second entry here and walked out of the room for 3 minutes, you would have had your 50% exit. So, you know, this was another 42-point move in very short time. So however you wanted to do it on the 50, I don't know exactly how to put that in the records, because, you know, you got your money back on the 50 if you did it that way. It just depends on how much risk tolerance you have, and if you want to trade in wild markets in situations like this. 25% ended up being a 10.5 point win. But I just wanted, this is a longer video, obviously. I just wanted to show you just to be careful. It doesn't necessarily matter which of the indices are out of whack. So the Dow and the S&P in today's case were very big opening ranges. The NQ had a very small opening range in comparison, again, over the last 10 days or so. So something's out of whack. So days like this kind of stuff can happen when things are out of whack. Now, the Dow could have been out of whack where it's, you know, that was only 40 points and the NASDAQ had a 40-point opening range and the S&P had a 10-point opening range, and the Dow was the only one that's really small. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the NASDAQ every single time, but it's something to watch for as you're trading this. But anyway, hopefully this was helpful. Have a good one. Take care.